Perfect. So welcome to, I believe this is session 4 of our How Can I Help You Right Now webinar series. And today I'm joined by Leighton Campbell from Mobile Edge, and we'll be talking about demystifying e-commerce, 10 things you'll need to know to move your business online. And I see the online is missing, so we will proceed. We're moving it online. So just a quick run through about why this webinar series is created. So it was really born out of the need by Startup Canada and myself, really identifying the need for practical resources for startups and small to medium-sized businesses to get the support that they needed to recover from COVID. And we understand that a lot of these challenges existed before COVID, but has been amplified with COVID-19 and the aftermath of the pandemic. So we've created this series, and as the name suggests, how can we help you right now? So we're really focused on the right now needs of your business and how we can practically help you to move that or to fix that problem and to move you forward. So today, I know e-commerce has kind of been the answer that everyone throws at a problem. You got to get online, you got to move your business online. So today I'm excited to bring Leighton from Mobile Edge to talk about how we can actually demystify e-commerce. Who is it for, who's it not for, and 10 things you really want to take a look at before you, jump onto the e-commerce bandwagon and move your business online. So just a little bit about who I am. So I'll take this down for a second. And I am a transformation business coach. So after spending about a decade in HR operations and strategy, working with startups, scale-ups, small to medium-sized companies, I have seen a lot of different scenarios. And so I bring that experience and earning the title of a trusted advisor from business owners as a result of my ability to combine strategy, planning, and action to create real results. Now, I'm co-hosting this series with ITS Global, a staffing and recruiting firm that supports candidates supports companies to find candidates here in Canada, Startup Canada as well, that is a hub for startup and scale-up resources here in businesses here in Canada. And then also with Enunciate, which is a language testing profile platform that allows people to evaluate their language skills in 30 minutes or less. And today I'm going to introduce our guest, Leighton Campbell, who is the Chief Visionary and CEO of Mobile Edge Solutions, an innovative software firm. Leighton helps businesses and teams use e-commerce and mobile communication to service customers anytime, anywhere. And with over 10 years experience, he's been helping any size business, so whether you're small, you're medium, you're large, you're startup, you're scale-up, to implement omni-channel solutions that boost your marketing ROI, sales, customer experience, and of course, the big one, which is business growth. In 2018, so he is an award winner, his company and himself as well. So in 2018, Mobile Edge was awarded the most improved business by the Jamaican Business Development Corporation, and Leighton was later awarded the 2019 Boss Man of the Year. So if anyone is going to help us with moving our business online and really taking advantage of e-commerce, it is most likely going to be Mr. Campbell. So without further ado, I'm gonna move the baton over to Leighton, and he is going to take us from here with his presentation, and we will reserve questions. Feel free to hop in at any time, but if you've got additional burning questions, don't hesitate to put your hand up on Zoom, or just wave. I'll be monitoring comments and so on Leighton's behalf, but I will allow Leighton to take it from here. Thanks for joining us, Leighton, and I look forward to the presentation.
All right, thanks for that introduction, Aline. And just before I get started, Aline, I think you need to allow me to present.
I did make you host, so you can share your screen. I'm probably still. Nope.
All right, guys, you can let me know when you are able to see my screen.
We can see your screen.
My screen, and you're seeing Demystifying e-commerce, 10 things you need to know to successfully move your business online, right?
Yes, we can see that.
Awesome. All right, guys. First and foremost, let me thank Aline for inviting me to present on this webinar. Definitely an experience which I appreciate. One of the things I will say, being Jamaican, I will sometimes speak in my local language. I will try to keep it very clear to you guys. And sometimes when I get excited about stuff, I will speak very quickly. So Ali, just slow me down if you find me going too fast.
I
Uh,
will. I will. I digress as well. So, I'll be your accountability partner.
Right, right. Now, guys, for today's session, I want to be very interactive. Feel free to stop me at any time to ask any questions. Also, I'd love if persons who are on the call now could just drop in the chat the industry or type of business that they are in, so that when we're going through examples on today's presentation, I can speak in your language and make it relatable to you. So let's go ahead and drop those comments in the chat, whether the industry or the type of business that you're in, so that we can address you in your language and make things relatable to you. Now, for today's session, as I said, we'll be covering demystifying e-commerce, focusing on the key things that any business would need to know when they want to move their business online. Now, Mobile Edge, as you would realize, is a company that focuses on helping business managers, teams, and companies on a whole to be able to service their customers anywhere, anytime. And where did this need really come from? We started out in 2009, 2010 under another company named Core Top Caribbean that was responsible for distribution and SMS software in the market. And with that drive to really boost business to B2C communication, B2B communication, we realized that, hey, the mobile handset is a very useful device that can be used to transact business with customers wherever they are. It's literally the only thing that goes with us every single where that we go, separate and apart from maybe our house keys, our wallet, or purse. It travels with us everywhere. We don't leave it out of our hands. If we're in the bathroom, we're using it. Some persons even shower with it. But we literally don't leave the mobile device. So when you really think about the mobile penetration in any of our markets, whether it's in the Caribbean, in North America, or in Europe, the penetration is always significantly high. Most times, at least 90%, and in some markets over 100%, like Jamaica. You know, and also with the increase in internet penetration right across the globe, we're finding where a lot more persons are online, also increasing credit card access. A lot more persons have the ability to make payments online. And with these things coming together, really enables the viability of e-commerce as a solution for any business. Now, one of the things that a lot of customers have been coming to Mobile Edge about especially during the COVID period, is not only, hey, Leighton, I need to sell online, but how do I build an online version of my business? How do I move my business online? Not just putting products online for sale, but more so, how can I move the entire operations? Operations means your products, your processes, your people. You have to think about all these different things when you're moving online, or else what you'll find is maybe only a section of your business get moved online. But whenever you think about, for instance, selling a product to your market, you think about putting a product out there, you think about the processes to support that product, and you think about the persons that are necessary to have those products being moved, whether it be through sale, delivery, or even just support. So when we think about e-commerce, we think about how does the business on a whole support that entire movement online, and how can it be scaled in a way that allows your online branch to be your biggest branch. Keep in mind, guys, that one of the benefits of being online is definitely the reach that you have. I think somebody's mic is unmuted. Maybe we can mute that one until they have a question or comment. All right, so let's kick things off. So the topics that we'll be covering today covers what is e-commerce, how does it work, why do businesses need it, and then we delve into 10 things, breaking it down by the e-commerce approach, generating sales, and also how you go about automating the business. Right? Now, what is e-commerce? Pretty much e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods or services using the internet. And it typically includes the transfer of money and also the exchange of data to complete the transaction. So a lot of people think about e-commerce. Are you guys getting feedback from me? Somebody's
No, Leighton. I see Rochelle. I believe her microphone it was on.
okay, all right. That's
Thank you
not me.
so much for muting that.
Yeah, all right, thanks guys. Yes, right. So e-commerce is not selling on Instagram only or payment collection only, as I mentioned. It's the exchange of goods and services over the internet, and also which typically includes exchange of money and data, right? Now, how does e-commerce work? Think about it in the grand scheme of any business. Typically, if you think about a restaurant or a barber shop or any other type of business, it's typical for a customer first to find your location, to find you where you are. So, for instance, in the concept of e-commerce, your location now becomes your URL, your social media page, a landing page, a promotional page, somewhere online that somebody goes to find you. This is similar to your business location. Then after somebody finds you, they actually come now to look at what it is that you offer and how it is that they can benefit from whatever it is that you are selling to them. So this is where they will look at your catalog, just like again, if you walk into a restaurant, you will look at the menu board to see what it is that they have on the menu today, and you will typically submit an order. It's the same thing online. Somebody lands on a restaurant website, first thing that you want to see is what it is that this restaurant is selling that I would like to buy. After you've made a determination on what it is that you want, then and have submitted the order, then the onus is now on the business to process that order. So you will typically walk up to your restaurant cashier, tell them what you want, they would then punch in that information into their cash register or their POS system, generate that order before then giving you the product. So this is where the restaurant person would typically process that order, and the same thing is done in the back end when the admin person receives that order email, that order notification to say that somebody has purchased. The order needs to be processed. And then the final step of e-commerce on any sales process is fulfilling that order. So in the case again of a restaurant, you have purchased you made your order, you've probably gotten a receipt, and then you're there waiting to pick it up, or maybe it is that you're going to be taking it out or having it there. It's up to you how you want to go about having your meal. But in essence, the person from behind the counter brings your meal to you and say, thank you for shopping with us. Have a nice day. It's the same concept with online, guys. After you've submitted your order online, then the onus is on the customer to either visit the location and pick up, or on the business to send the product to the customer. And that pretty much rounds out the e-commerce process. And I hope that by using the example of a brick and mortar business, you're able to see where the process is really not any different. And this is why it is important to consider people, processes, your policies, and the products that you're selling when you're thinking about operation. Now, why do businesses need e-commerce? The number one reason, we're still getting some feedback, I think. Is there anybody else on the call, Aldine, who has their mic?
Yeah, I believe
Their thing.
have a new joiner, yes.
Okay, could you mute your mic for us, please? Getting some feedback on the call. Awesome, thank you very much. Right, so going back to why businesses need e-commerce. COVID has taught us a lot about ourselves, about our businesses, and about other persons. One of the things that this has highlighted for us is not only the need to not rely on a physical space to do your business, but e-commerce really gives your business legs. It's one of the few tools out there that gives businesses the ability to service customers wherever they are in the world. So your office could be here located in North America, and you could have customers globally. For instance, I'll give you an example. Mobile Edge Solutions is a company who exemplifies this type of structure where we have a physical location, which is where I'm having this call from now. But literally, I'm the only one here at our business location now. But since COVID has come up, we have not been impacted in any way, shape, or form negatively with regards to how we service our customers' ability to reach us, our customers' ability to get support or sales from us. And this is simply because we were already structured to operate in a very remote way where first and foremost, all of our systems are online. All of our team members have technology and solutions that allow them to be able to work remotely, reach your customers, and do the business efficiently. In essence, guys, e-commerce allows you to enter into any market wherever the customer is. You're also able to even penetrate your existing market in a stronger way. So for instance, if you're based in Toronto and you want to get more customers in Toronto, then e-commerce can be that vehicle to reach persons who are not in your immediate location. Even persons who are in your immediate location oftentimes don't want to interface with a business, just want to get access to the service. So e-commerce gives your business legs, empowers you to be able to sell to customers within your immediate vicinity, as well as to expand in territories that your business is not physically located in, right? So that in a sense is one of the main reasons why we push persons towards e-commerce, and one of the main reasons as well why your online branch can easily be your largest branch, right? So now we'll be going into the 10 things that you need to know to successfully move your business online. First of which is structuring your e-commerce approach. Now, in structuring your e-commerce approach, one of the first things that you need to look at is modeling your online business to match offline operations, right? Now, a lot of times persons will make the mistake of saying, I want to get an e-commerce website for my business. I mean, you're not absolutely wrong in taking that approach. However, once you choose to take the approach of getting a website for your business as opposed to moving your business online, then you don't think about the holistic picture of moving online. You're only thinking about maybe the technology part, or maybe just fulfilling an immediate need. But if it is that you're looking at moving your business operations online, the first thing you need to look at is, how do you currently sell offline? What products do you sell? How is it sold? What are the persons who are needed in the background to sell those products to your customers? And what processes are there to support them, right? So when we think about modeling the offline business online, I'm going to pull back on the example of the restaurant. Everybody is familiar with whether it be dining in at a restaurant or actually having takeout. And this is an example of an online ordering platform for a restaurant that will empower customers to be able to go on and order. Now, typically, again, as I said, you walk into a restaurant, the first thing you want to see is the menu. You want to see what are your payment options. You want to see what are your delivery options as well. And at a snapshot right away, you're able to do this. And again, if it is that you're looking at doing takeout, then this may be fine. However, let's say, for instance, it's a restaurant that you can do fine dining, or you want to just have the meal there, then you can also choose to book a table. So with this instance, all the person's really doing is booking the table. They're not choosing their meals, they're not making any payments as yet, and they're not accepting any delivery. But this is still e-commerce because you're giving persons access to the business without physically having to be there. So you can log online, and you guys should be familiar with platforms like OpenTable that allows customers to be able to do this type of booking. Similarly as well, separate and apart from knowing what your menu is like, if you have tables available for dining, the next thing you may want to know is information about the restaurant. What's the restaurant about? Where can you find them? What are their opening hours? contact details. These are things that you typically think about when you're going to a restaurant. So it is typical oftentimes for like your phone numbers to be on a sign inside the restaurant, and your opening hours maybe to be on the door when persons are walking in or on a sign inside. This is replicating what you would physically experience when you walk into a physical restaurant. So this is what we're talking about, guys. You have to look at the offline operations and think about how do you transition this online with the support of your team, supporting it with processes, and also looking at how the products can be sold and the model behind all of that, right? Now, the next thing to think about as well, guys, is you need to design your website to sell. Now, what do I mean by designing your website to sell? Gone are the days when just build a website to put up information on that website. And in this age, we need to have websites that are able to support sales activities with the customers. And what we need to be able to do here is to empower customers to be able to sign up online, order online, book online, or request a quotation online. And why have I highlighted these four? Is because if you think about any business out there and the core of what it does, it either sells a product, a service, an appointment-based business, or like for instance a hotel that facilitates bookings, or somebody like myself and Aldine who has to hear a little bit more about what the customer needs in order to provide a quotation to them. So in essence, typically any business out there would fall within any one of these four business models or online selling models. And in instances, you can also have a combination of these, because for instance, it's typical again for a service provider to sell products. So think about somebody in a hair salon. She may do person's hair, makeup, nails, and so forth, but she may also sell products that you can take home to use in your personal space. So somebody like that may choose to have a booking system and also an ordering system. So persons can do both, you know. So that's some of the things that we think about when you think about doing business with persons online. You have to think about your sales process. What sales process supports your business? So when you think about signing up, we think about educational institutions, we think about persons who are doing things like webinars, who are offering services persons can sign up for. When you think about ordering, you think about physical products oftentimes, or yes, mostly physical, sometimes even digital products you can consider for online ordering. Then when you think about booking, you think about a service-based type of business that offers things by appointment, or at least what the core thing about a booking system is that it is time-bound, it's time-sensitive. So once you have a business that requires somebody to book a slot, to engage your business for a period of time, then definitely a booking system would help. And as I mentioned initially, request quotation falls under any business that requires some preliminary assessment to be done before pricing can be provided, right? So once your business falls within any of those areas, you will typically be able to activate any one of these solutions there, right? Now, the third area to focus on when thinking about structuring the business is what platform should I develop? And I cannot tell you how many persons have made grave mistakes in choosing the wrong platform. Now, when you're thinking about your business online, think about it in the same way again as you do offline. When you started your business or are about to start a business, the first thing I think about is, all right, what are the minimum things that I need to get started? So for instance, I was just sharing with Aldine that I just moved into my office space before COVID. And we actually have not fully built out everything before, because we had to literally just stop and halt because of the whole social distancing and so forth. But in essence, when you think about starting up a business and putting an office together, you don't put everything in at once. You know, you start with what you need, you grow and grow and grow until your business becomes what you want it to be. It is the same thing online, and this is why it is important to choose a platform that allows you to scale. Sometimes persons will choose to say, all right, let us engage with some of these guys from out of India, Pakistan, Russia to do custom software for us. Sometimes persons may say, let me engage a Shopify to just get a simple store. What are the trade-offs between making these types of decisions? First thing to think about when you think about a custom development is that one, custom developments are typically very expensive. They take a lot of time to be developed as well. And what you find as well is that when you're ready to scale, it becomes even more expensive as you scale. With Shopify and Wix and these paid basic platforms, you have the opposite, where it's extremely cheap, very basic, simple platforms allow you to do things yourself. But when you're ready to scale, again, you have to pay more, and there are many limitations in how you can scale. And for this reason, Mobile Edge and me personally, we don't work with any of these solutions. Shopify, yes, we will support certain aspects of it. However, when we advise customers, we do not drive them to these platforms simply because when we look at how the business needs to grow, we need to ensure that a business is able to start small and grow to the largest, to become a multinational company without worrying about changing platforms to achieve that growth. And because of that, we work predominantly with WordPress. And the trade-off really is that WordPress is an open source platform that developers all over the world contribute to. And because of this, there's an app for everything. Just like, for instance, on your phone, there's an app for this, there's an app for that. Similarly with WordPress, you may start today with a very basic online store. Tomorrow, you may want to have minimum order quantities. You may want to have persons requesting quotations. If it is that you are selling this same shirt, let's say, for instance, you're a shirt manufacturer, and you want persons to be able to see what their logos look like on the shirt, you can add these things as you go along. So what you find is that that platform is extremely scalable, allows a business to start with a minimum investment of a few $100s and can grow up to, same platform can be used to grow to become a multinational. I can tell you flat out that we have implemented many solutions for small businesses and large businesses using the exact same platform. So we definitely recommend using WordPress when you're looking to build out, and this is because your online platform needs to be flexible to be able to adapt to the needs of the business as the business grows. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you have dreamed up some grand scheme that will turn your business around only to find that your platform cannot support it, right? So always think about the platform that you're choosing and ensure it suits both your short-term needs and your long-term goals when you're planning to move your business online, right? Now let's move into generating sales. Now, one of the key things to generating sales online is that one, yes, you must be able to market your business and be found online, but what happens after persons find you? How do persons connect with your website, your brand, your communication on your website to recognize that, hey, I found the ideal provider of my solution that I'm looking for? This is key for conversion. So when persons land on your website, one, it must be attractive and communicate what the value of the business is that you're delivering to the customer. So things like call to actions are extremely important in driving conversions. I can't tell you how many times I've visited websites and not know what to do to acquire this service. Once your customers have that challenge as well, you'll find that you don't get any leads coming through your website. And guys, I'm telling you this from personal experience, because I tell a flat out that, again, although Mobile Edge has its office location here in Kingston, Jamaica, we can count on probably one hand how many persons we see at our office location per quarter. All of our meetings are done online. And also because of this, we drive all our traffic through our website. And literally when I do interviews or I go out and I speak about Mobile Edge and persons ask, hey Leighton, how can I get in contact? How can I reach out? I never give a phone number. I never give an address that you can visit. I always give my website. Why? Because I have a sales pitch sitting and waiting every single person who comes to my website. My promise is helping you to move your business online, helping you to integrate e-commerce within your business. And once you land on my website, that is littered everywhere. It's clearly communicated with strong call to actions for persons to book consultations if they're interested in learning more. And that's how we generate all of our leads. Once those leads come into our system, then our sales reps will go through those leads, call these individuals and qualify them, determine whether or not they are a good fit for what it is that we have to offer, and then book a consultation with myself to sit down, walk through things with the customer, then provide a quotation. That's literally our process that I'm showing you guys, right? And in a sense, you are able, if you're a service provider, if you're a consultant, you can use the same concept. But clear call to actions is extremely important in ensuring that you get that click-through rate and optimizing the traffic. Remember as well, guys, that you're spending money on your ads, whether it be Google search ads, Facebook ads. You want to optimize as much of this traffic as possible. Also, one of the things to keep in mind as well when thinking about this is that you also need to ensure that your website also weeds out the types of customers that you do not want. Because I can tell you again that there were times when structuring our sales and landing pages where we're getting a lot of children who were looking for free texting software to text their girlfriend or boyfriend and so forth. That is not what we offer. So we have to optimize that communication to weed out those persons, to let them know that we're a B2B business, and if you're not looking for a business solution, then our SMS platform is not for you, right? So this is a quick example of what my website looks like. You will notice that there's a clear call to action. First and foremost, we position our communication to speak to the person. So we're offering 50% off here, and we allow persons to be able to book a consultation. And if consultation is not what you're looking for, then we also have a pricing button up here that allows persons to request pricing. Funny enough, persons oftentimes expect to see the pricing being presented on the page, but it really brings you to the very same area that the get a free consultation button brings you to. Why is this so? Because as mobile edge, we need to first evaluate what it is that you have, what it is that you need before we are able to provide pricing. However, we understand that when a customer lands on our website and have seen what we have to offer, the next thing they want to know is pricing. Some persons may want to see pricing, some persons may want to book a consultation. For us, it's really the same. They still have to go through the same process. However, the communication to the customer is important in empowering them to click through, make a decision, to express interest, right? And this is very important when you're thinking about building your website. Next thing as well that you have to consider is, how is this sale executed? How do persons actually make an order, express interest, make payment, and so forth? Now, this will vary from business to business. As you heard me mention earlier, we typically focus on 4 key areas: sign-ups, ordering, quotations, and I don't remember what the other one is. But it's in whichever instance it's all the same. You have to think about how is the sale activated. In this case, what you're looking at here is the back end of an online ordering system. So pretty much here is where somebody who is selling products online, they'll be able to actually see the sales that have come into the system. And when you think about e-commerce, you need a system like this, or else your business cannot run 24/7. In Jamaica and the Caribbean, there are many persons who are selling on Instagram, and I'm sure it's the same in Canada as well. However, are these persons able to scale their business beyond them? No, they can't, because they don't have a system to take orders and process them accordingly. Now, with a system like this, I can literally set up my online store, go to sleep, and wake up in the morning with orders. Just like how when I set my ads, put up my website, I wake up with 5 to 10 emails in my inbox every day expressing interest for a consultation. It's really the same. You need a system in the back end that generates that sale, captures that sale, and allows the business to run automatically 24/7. That's one of the beauties of e-commerce, and if you're not tapping into that 24/7 potential, then you're missing opportunities, right? Collecting your money. Now, in different markets, persons have different standards of payment collection. Also, there are different challenges that persons may encounter when collecting payment. Fortunately, in the North Americas, credit card payment is a typical and standard thing. So you don't have to worry about how to collect your payment. Mobile Edge Solutions actually partners with Stripe in North America to help onboard customers who need to collect payments and receive funds in their bank account. So that's definitely something that we can help any person with who is in that market, right? However, when you think about payment collection, oftentimes persons only think about credit card. It's not only credit card that persons will use to make payments. In many instances, you will find where persons may prefer to pay via cash on delivery. Some persons may choose to want to pay via credit card even upon delivery instead of typing in their credit card information into the website, maybe for fear of fraud or credit card theft or anything like that. Some persons are very cagey about how they use their credit card. I have known of persons who even link their credit cards to their PayPal and use the PayPal instead as a protective measure of making payments. But in essence, what you want to do is offer as many payment methods as possible to ensure that you never miss a sale. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where the customer wants to make a payment to you, but because you do not facilitate payments in the way that the customer is intending to make payment or needs to make payment, then you miss a sale. And for this reason, we will introduce typically a number of payment options that you can make available on your website when checking out. Persons typically can facilitate cash on delivery. You can also do bank transfers. So for instance, when you think about a lot of B2B businesses, we tend to do a lot of bank transfers to receive payments. Oftentimes, we may find that the credit card fees drive up that cost for the customer, or it cuts into our margins. So we may prefer to do bank transfer as opposed to a credit card payment. Also, again, as well, a lot of companies will also accept checks. So if you're a service provider, a consultant, a B2B company, these are some typical payment options that you may want to enable on your website as well. Typically as well, we set up with Stripe and PayPal to facilitate payment collections online and link it directly with your local bank account so that you can receive the funds in your bank account once payment is clear, once the funds are clear, right? So this pretty much covers some of the key payment methods that are typically used on e-commerce websites, and they can be used in many different ways. Sometimes person may ask, Leighton, how does bank transfer work? Because it's not like I'm able to connect and do everything online. It requires a customer to go offline and make a bank transfer. And in a sense, yes, you are right. A bank transfer transaction is not typically done on the platform itself. What will happen is that when you go to the checkout page and click checkout, you will receive instructions on how to make payment. Just like when I send an invoice to my customers, I will typically put in the footnotes of that invoice the bank account that person can make the transfer to, and I'll also have a credit card payment link in the body of that invoice. So that once I send out the invoice, the customer has every single thing they need to be able to know how much they need to pay and actually know what are the methods of making payment, right? Next area to think about when you think about the sales process is order fulfillment. So we have touched a while on payment methods. Now it's time to talk about shipping methods. Again, in some instances, in the case of a restaurant, you may want to order online and go and pick up, or you may want persons to deliver the food directly to your home. Similarly with an Amazon for delivery to your home, very similar as well. One area I want to mention is drop shipping. I know a lot of persons in your market, the Canadian, in the US market, and more recently in the Caribbean market are becoming more familiar with drop shipping. And how drop shipping works is that drop shipping allows a company or an individual to sell products that they don't actually have physically on hand. In essence, you are able to make an arrangement with a supplier that, all right, this is your price list, and this is my prices that I will use to sell the product. However, I will not stock those products. What I will do is when I receive orders from my customers, I will buy from you, and in the shipping details, I will put my customer's address so that the product can be shipped directly to the customer without me having to even touch that particular product. The benefit of drop shipping is that it allows persons to get started with literally no inventory capital, right? The only thing you may need to invest in is building up the business. So whether it is that you want to register the business, whether it's that you want to build a website to have your offerings being advertised and stuff, but you don't have to actually stock the product to be able to sell it online. And this is where drop shipping comes into play. Then you have product downloads or virtual delivery. Downloads would typically include ebooks, any type of digital product that you want to offer to your customer that is downloadable. It could be, in the case of producers, a beat that they may be selling online. You know, there are different types of digital downloads that are out there, and that is definitely one of the ways to fulfill orders. And then for service providers like myself, we need to then do the work that we are being contracted to do, which again, all of that one happens offline, but we still need to deliver whatever service the customer contracted us. So when we think about online ordering, when we think about e-commerce, guys, everything is not only happening on the website. What we're focusing on here is how is it that you can move this brick and mortar business online, to sell online in the same way you would offline. It does not mean that you won't have some work still to do offline. What you're doing is optimizing that process so you need less hands on deck to deliver the service, and you're able to deliver the service in a seamless manner, right? Now, this is a quick example of, again, the backend setup for shipping. And again, it being that if you're in, say, for instance, Toronto or in Canada overall, you can have different shipping zones with different shipping prices. So if it is that you're shipping out goods to your customers, you can actually have different costs depending on how far the goods are going. Or if it is that you want to offer a local rate for your city, your neighborhood, then you can also have that at no cost. So there are different delivery methods and also different cost structures that you can explore for your business. A lot of persons will just use a flat rate, but in your market, again, because of how large your land mass is, then you will have to definitely consider how far a product may be going. Sometimes the weight of the product will also impact shipping, not only just the distance, but also the weight. And these are things that can be calculated automatically in the back end of the system when the customer is on the platform making their selections, right? Now, after you have gone all 9 yards in setting up your business, figuring out how you're going to sell this, how you're going to collect payments, how you are going to actually deliver the service to the customer, then comes the need to manage this business. How do you manage the business in a way that allows things to be seamless, things to not feel difficult or feel overwhelming is very important. That's one of the benefits of using technology and also e-commerce in your sales process, right? Now, once it is typical, again, once somebody creates an order online, first thing that you need to do is communicate effectively around that order. So customer makes an online purchase, they need to get a receipt immediately, letting them know that it's been submitted. Also, the admin persons who are managing the backend of the platform also need to get order notifications to know exactly what was ordered, when it was ordered, what are the details behind this order. So for instance, in this case, you will notice that there was an order that was done and it was done by a bank transfer. You will notice that this particular order doesn't have any shipping method attached to it. And this is because this order was for a virtual product. So a virtual product, a service provider sells virtual products. And with that setup, you will typically ship anything anywhere. So you want to ensure that based on your setup, you are providing information to the customer in a way that is relevant and relatable to them, right? So setting up these notifications is extremely important when an order is processing or the order status has moved from processing to fulfilled or completed. You want to be able to have these automated emails going out to the customer as soon as the status changes, right? So that's pretty much focusing on communication behind the business, right? Now, the next thing that you want to look at is, all right, so you now have customers, you are doing business, and you want to keep them coming back. There's always a saying that it is cheaper to get more business from your existing customers than to get business from new customers, and that is very much true. I'm sure all of us in this room can attest to this. And focusing on that customer retention and keeping them coming back is extremely important to the success of the sales process and what it is that you're trying to achieve. The beauty about e-commerce systems is that all of this information all of these systems are data driven. They capture a lot of information from the customer on behalf of the customer that you can use to automate marketing communications back to the customer. So for instance, somebody visited your website and left products in their shopping cart. You want to be able to automate abandoned cart emails to your customer. Say, hey, Leighton, remember that you left your Beats headphone in the shopping cart. Do you still need this product? Something like this. You want to be able to engage your customer automatically, and by simply being able to track this information in the back end of the system, we can set up automatic triggers and support that goes to customers and engages them accordingly. There are many ways to go about doing it. We can do this based on the customer's transactional behavior, or we can even do this before the customer starts doing business with us. So this slide shows an example of a travel company that we have set up in Jamaica to provide travel services online. And in essence, what they did, what we encouraged them to do, was to create a travel guide in Jamaica. Jamaica is known for tourism, yet there was not one central resource out there that persons could go to find out every single attraction that is available in Jamaica. And what this company did was to pretty much create this travel guide and allow it to be downloadable from their platform. And this acts as a lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is an important piece of resource that customers will easily give their information to acquire. So in essence, we say never give something for nothing, and the lead magnet helps us to achieve that. Give me a second, guys. Right. So once a customer fills out this information in the lead magnet, then we are able to automate communication to the customers using email, sorry, and also SMS. So for instance, we use MailChimp a lot, simply because MailChimp gives a lot of automation for free. And in essence, we're able to integrate MailChimp with pop-up forms for new website visitors, able to integrate MailChimp with our e-commerce system for automating marketing messages to customers. We can even integrate, for instance, with your accounting system to automate reminders and initiatives around payments and so forth. Additionally as well, we also provide a very innovative SMS tool. And this, as I mentioned at the beginning of our call, SMS is where we started in the market. And this SMS tool is able to actually send out communications to customers manually or automatically. We do a lot of automation for customers locally. And the same thing can be done at your level as well, where, for instance, you have, again, thinking about a consultant. A consultant oftentimes have collections or another company that does a lot of services may have a heavy collections, money that they need to collect out there. Now, let's say, for instance, you have 1,000 or 2,000 customers out there who you need to collect payments from on a recurring basis. You don't want persons to miss payments, because if persons miss payments, then you may have to disconnect your service. So what you can do is actually integrate payment reminders into your process so that customers are notified about their upcoming payment, or if it's that they're delinquent, we can send them a reminder around this type of thing to automate that. Also, we have done even campaign management, where persons actually text in to get more information. This is actually being set up right now with a distribution company locally, one of the biggest ones locally. And in essence, what they're pretty much been doing is driving their customer orders through SMS and having this information being forwarded to their sales rep to follow up and communicate with their customers. So you have to think about how can you automate the business in a way to communicate with the customers efficiently, and how you can get the best value from the data that is being collected by the system to drive the business agenda of the business, right? Now, finally, which is the last point I'm going to touch on, is centralizing operations. Now, a lot of times when persons think about doing e-commerce, they forget about the fact that e-commerce systems and offline systems are normally separate. How do we bring the two together to ensure that you don't have to assign somebody to your online system and assign a different person to your offline system? What you want to do is have one centralized operation that all orders, all communication, every single thing comes into that one central pool of communication, and then have one person manage that. So we have to think about it from that perspective, not only just selling online, but how does the business support those online sales, even offline? If it is that you have an online store, how do you manage online inventory versus offline inventory? Key to that is integration. Once we start integrating our solutions, then you're able to manage everything centrally and be very efficient in how you optimize that entire process, right? So some key things to consider when you're thinking about centralizing operations is order management. This is QuickBooks. We use QuickBooks Online. A number of persons out there use QuickBooks Online as well. And we're also able to integrate with offline versions of QuickBooks if it is that your company operates in that way. But having the e-commerce system that tracks and manages all orders being sent, being integrated with your QuickBooks solution allows you to look at one interface and manage everything from one place. Also, again, when you think about inventory, if it is that I'm selling this shirt, I'm selling 10 of these shirts, I don't want to find myself in a position where I have sold all 10 online and now at my physical location sending somebody the same shirt offline, only to find out when I go around to the inventory room to find out I don't have any shirts. So you want to be able to synchronize both online and offline systems, especially for the sake of order management. The next area to focus on also is task automation. Now, why task automation? Behind every single process out there requires some amount of administrative tasks to be completed to support it. So for instance, in my case, when we get our leads through our landing page, forms and so forth, typically it is sent to our email where the sales reps would normally pick up these mails and call individuals. But there are times when we missed somebody, or we forgot somebody, or these things create loopholes. So in a sense, what we did was to actually integrate our online forms with our Google Sheets so that every single lead that came through our online forms were sent into our Google Leads or our Google Sheets list after customers were verified whether it is that their need was legitimate or whether it is that we're able to actually help them. That is when now they will be uploaded to our CRM system. There are times before as well where we have integrated directly from the online forms to the CRM system and do the verification there. So based on your business model, there are different ways to support this type of thing. And when you're thinking about moving online, sorry guys, the integration of your system is very important. You want to ensure that you're using systems that are highly integratable. We find that we live in a very tech-savvy world. Everything is online. There's an app for every single thing. I will find that no one app does every single thing right. So because of that, we're working with many different apps. However, how these apps communicate across the business process becomes extremely important for our success from an administrative level, from a business support level. You have to think about it again in those terms. Now, my final slide, which focuses on digital work groups, focuses mainly on the people behind your business processes. So you're selling online, and you need persons to be able to access files, access folders, be able to send emails, stuff like that. Things like Google Drive, Dropbox, and I'm sure there are a number of other solutions out there. Microsoft, I know, has their own solution out there as well. A person can use. You need to have something like this in the digital space that gives you unlimited access wherever you go. And because of this type of infrastructure, I am able to work from anywhere and also from any device. If a customer calls me right now and I'm on my phone on the road, I can literally pull up my Google Drive, pull up my email, pull up any resource on my cell phone, just like I would on my phone, just like I would on my laptop, and just like my reps would do in office. Literally, the business goes with us anywhere we go when we structure our business like this. So we have to think about, as I said, your work groups, your task automation, and how you operationalize the entire business from an admin level. So these are the 10 things that you pretty much need to know when you're moving your business online. And I impress upon you not to focus only on building an e-commerce website, but think about how is it that you can literally move your business online. And in response to growing concerns around COVID, growing concerns from customers around trying to figure, they know they need online, they know they need to move online, but they don't know how. What we're pretty much doing is partnering with Aldeen's company, consulting company, to help as many businesses as possible to move online. But I'll allow Aldeen to touch on that aspect of what we're doing, and then we can start taking some questions. Ali?
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Leighton. That was really very informative. And I'm going to steal your screen for a second just to share our slide with those on the call here. So if you want to swap over, otherwise I can just hop right into it. So we have partnered together as a part of the initiative of how we can help businesses right now. We've created the 1000 Get Online initiative. And what that initiative is about is that we want to help another 1,000 businesses bring their businesses online. And like Leighton mentioned, there are a lot of initiatives out there. For example, Shopify has got one, Facebook's got one. But one of the key pieces that we've really found missing is that a lot of these companies have only thought about the one section, and that's putting up an e-commerce website and pulling in some products. They haven't quite thought about the holistic approach to bringing their business online. And Leighton has gone through and touched on a lot of very key areas of what you need to get your business online. And so we are partnering together, bringing the consulting and the tech resources together to help 1,000 businesses get online. So the website's right there, www.1000getonline. And that is our mission, to really help, at least another 1,000 over the next 12 months get online, move their operations online. So if you're on this call and you have your business that you're thinking about, well, I have a little website, I'm doing a little selling, and I noticed in the chat, a lot of people have mentioned, service-based businesses, courier, and all these other different types of businesses. So if any of those apply to you, whether you're manufacturing, distribution, service-based, product-based, we want to work with you and really help you move your business online through that initiative. And as Leighton's slide suggests, we are doing a free assessment, and what that entails is that you'll get Leighton and myself, right? We won't even tell you how much that costs, but we will be on the call to walk you through really what you would need to do to take your business online and take you, hand in hand, moving into that space. So I know we are right at time, so I'm going to take questions at this point. So feel free to hop off mute if you'd like to, and just share your question, or you can drop it in the chat, and I will ask Leighton on your behalf. So we'll open up the floor for questions, and at this point, I'm going to stop our recording. Thanks, Leighton.